Hello, ladies and gents of YouTube. An antique sign just came in. This beautiful blue ribbon, and it says on the top, what'll you have? Well, you have Pabst blue ribbon, but all this is broken, so I'll have to remake it. But first, I have to test the transformer. But it's kind of tricky because it's got some weird connections there. So for that, I'm gonna use this heat gun. Whenever I'm working on a very old sign, I'm afraid that it's gonna break because what I've seen is that glass also gets old. In other words, it's not the same young glass than old glass. Old glass gets very brittle with time. So you don't need much force to break it. I don't know what makes glass age, but it does. It does age. I've seen it. Old glass gets brittle. Maybe it has to do with the environment. You know, it alters the glass in some way. And then the other thing is that these very old signs, they used to like to connect everything by glass. In other words, they instead of connecting by wires, they used to connect a lot of pieces with glass. So when one unit broke, there was a lot of glass involved. Got it out. This thing is hot. Now, the other side, which should be a lot easier. Nope. You can see that these little letters are very small. And I don't like making letters this small because more difficult. They are 1 3/4 inches tall. But it has to be done. Now I'm going to connect the two wires. The two wires that used to go to the broken neon. Instead of the neon, I'm going to put a wire between them, like I always do. This is the jumper wire. And then I'll plug it in. The wire, the power cord is also, that's how I tell also how old this thing is. The rubber is completely, almost breaking off. The wire is breaking, the external rubber of the wire breaks off, disintegrating. So here goes. Let's see. Something's wrong. It kind of wants to light up, but it doesn't. Which means that the transformer is no good. I'm going to have to replace the transformer. It's a transformer 9000. Which I don't have. Yeah, transformer not working. I'm trying to disconnect completely the transformer. Even the wire, when it gets old, it gets very hard, the rubber. You know, everything that gets old, first of all, gets brittle and breaks. Including humans. We also, when we get old, we get brittle and break. I'm going to test the transformer directly. To test the transformer, I use this little handy device that I have. It's a piece of glass with a jumper wire. So I attach one side to the jumper wire, and then the other one I'm going to touch the other wires to see if I have a spark. So I'm going to connect now the transformer. There it is. Nothing. There's barely a spark, which means that the transformer is no good. So it's not only the glass, it's also the transformer. So Hello again. Today is Friday, July 24th, 2026. Let me turn on the fires. So, as I said at the start of the video, I'm doing this. That's the upper part of the sign. These are the old letters. I was thinking that instead of no, better not. I better do it. I was thinking of repairing this, but nope. Better not. The glass is too old, and it's been broken for years. So I don't know what's inside that glass. It may be something weird that could not work with the neon. So what'll you have? What'll you have? Okay, I have to trace it with a Sharpie, because if I don't do that, I will not be able to see. That's much better. Let me tell you, yesterday I had a very interesting conversation with a machine, with an AI, and for some people it may not be a new thing. For me, it was a new thing. At moments, I thought I was talking with a real person, because she sounded very real. Not like not like the machines that sometimes answer your calls, and they sound very machine. This one sounded very human. So what I did, I took a video, and then I opened up a new YouTube channel, and I uploaded the video to the channel, a new channel that I have, one of many. So I'm going to put the link in the description if anybody is interested. If anybody is interesting. I made some very interesting questions that I always wanted to check, on a AI, and I finally had the opportunity to ask a very human sounding voice, because it was on my phone. I couldn't tell that if it was a real person. So the video is there if you want to check it out. So I'm going to start with this, and I won't put the whole thing, the whole manufacturing of this in this video, because it would be too long. I'm just going to put the start and the finish. So that way it won't be so boring.